So I'm feeling extra hopeful today. And I kind of laughed because I realized this and then looked at my shirt and I'm like, oh, how appropriate. It says Hope Dealer. So anyway, I want to spread a little bit of my joy and I don't know how, but I'm feeling called to do something a little different today. So I'm going to pull a card that has a theme, do a mini intuitive, like what's around that. And then I'm going to intuitively also pull a guidance and grace from Carolyn Miss's book. So um, yeah, let's let's see. This is for my collective, so hopefully this resonates with you. This is the first time I'm doing this. It's what I'm feeling called to do. Um, all right. So, what is the theme for our intuitive guidance and grace today? That's when, ooh, that came out. We have the unicorn, purity. So, yesterday I did a new moon reading, and the first card that came out was Moonlight Enchantment, with magic. And so I feel like we're continuing to carry on yesterday's message of being unique, and embracing your magic. That's where your success, your power lies. Um, there is so much magic in this card. I also love purity. It reminds us to be pure of heart. That's how you reach purity, is through living through your heart. Um, I'm not saying to disregard your mind, that we are meant to live in balance, in harmonization. I like that word better. In harmony, in harmonization, in harmony, our mind and our hearts. They're meant to work together. So, yeah, I'm feeling purity is about being pure of heart, um, a childlike essence. Maybe this is tapping into some of your inner child right now. Um, yeah, but oof, I'm just feeling magical and excited. Like seriously, how excited would you be if you actually saw a unicorn? Um, yeah, and the only people who are going to be able to see those unicorns are the pure of heart. So, if you want more magic in your life, if you want to see the unicorns, the magic is there, but can you see it? If you want to see the unicorns, it is important to be pure of heart. That's our little message today. Okay, so now let's see what. So this is Intimate Conversations with the Divine, Prayer, Guidance, and Grace by Carolyn Miss. She has 100 of her personal prayers in here, accompanied with guidance and grace. So I'm just going to randomly let the book fall open to one of these. I feel like it's going to be connected to our unicorn. And let's see what it has to say. I am not going to read the whole thing this time. I'm just going to kind of tap into my own sense of it. But I am going to read her, at least her grace part. So let's see what goes along with purity. What is the spiritual path? It is number 47 in her book on page 115. What is the spiritual path? So, like I said, I'm going to skip her prayer and her guidance. I'm going to go straight to the grace, and then I'll give my own intuitive interpretation of relating it back to our card. The grace of endurance is often required to cope with ourselves. Sometimes the most challenging obstacle we have to deal with is our own nature, including our contradictory behavior, our weaknesses, and the dilemmas they lead to. We would like to blame others for our faults, but at the end of the day, we are the only inhabitants of our body. We are the only ones making our choices. We are far too old to blame our parents for our adult behavior. The grace of endurance brings a big sigh. It fills us with a sense of relaxation and the knowledge that we will get through the difficulty we are in. Endurance communicates that there are challenges in life that we simply must, well, endure. And yet, at the same time, that all troubles eventually and inevitably pass. Grant me the grace of endurance, Lord. I need this grace, this extra light to get through my own distractions and to endure the upheaval that comes along with embracing truth. Wish I had put my glasses on before I tried to read that. Wow. For me, that's really powerful. Um, we talked about, so there's the unicorn with the purity of heart, and then we're given the grace of endurance and being able to get through our challenges, and also um, to know that this too shall pass. I know that we are in the middle of it when things are very difficult, like worst case scenario here. It doesn't seem like it will ever end. When am I going to come out of this? When do I get my break? Um, and having been in that, I'm probably in that myself right now. It's like, okay, I've endured, and I've endured some more, and I'm ready to quit enduring. Give yourself the grace of endurance, remembering that this too shall pass. And how do you do that? Be pure of heart. Okay, when we are getting the message to trust and surrender, um, then the only way to truly be able to do that is through your heart space. Um, Sometimes it doesn't make logical sense, but our worrying is when our minds have like spiraled out of control. So when we come back to our heart space and we trust in the divine, it is easier to give ourselves that grace of endurance. So if you're struggling right now, I want you to know I get it. I know I'm coming in with a lot of joy and hope today, but I have been struggling myself. It's part of life. I'm happy, I'm a healer and I tend to learn things the hard way. So, in order for me to help heal the world, I have to go through my own healing in order to be able to take that out into the world. So, because that's how I'm wired. Not all healers may be wired that way, but that's how I'm wired. Um, Also, if you're into astrology, I'm also in my Chiron return. So, Chiron is the wounded healer. So, talk about wounded healing. Um, but it's okay. I'm just wanting you to know that you're not alone. I know that my experience may not be your experience, but I do understand feeling like, is there hope? I know what it feels like to feel hopeless. And I want you to know today that there is hope. And endurance may not feel like a grace. It may not, especially if you have been going through this for a long time. Um, but it is a grace that you are being offered today. And it is telling you that when you accept this grace, knowing that it's going to pass, knowing that um, you will get through it. Um, that's where the magic's going to happen. And you deserve to see the unicorns today. You deserve to see the unicorns. Hang in there.